Hello everybody, thanks for pressing play. In this video we're looking at this car here. This is a Honda HRV. We are Fitzpatrick's Garage, a family run business in operation for almost 70 years with brands like Honda, Hyundai and Mercedes. Brian's my name. If there's any information you want on this car, 086 843 1945. Call, text, WhatsApp, whatever suits, and I'll be happy to go through information on the car, information on trading in your own car, or if you want to know roughly how it works out monthly payments for you, I can give you some estimates before you travel. Anywho, the car is, as we were saying, 1.5 Honda HRV, and this is an ESi VTEC model. These cars are very, very suitable for somebody that wants an SUV which has got a high driving position, but they don't want a big and bulky SUV. They want something that feels a bit more nimble, but they still get the benefit of actually the high driving position that you get in most modern SUVs. So in this video, what we're going to do is start off by looking at the features on the outside, then we're going to have a quick look at the inside, and we'll go for a drive in the car too. Things that I think are useful on the outside of the car, I like this big grille. So if you look at these cars, some are made in Mexico, some are made in Japan. The Japanese cars always have the big grille and the big long daytime running light down at the bottom through here, and then there's automatic lights, which we'll see in a while as well. This is an ES model, so it's also got front parking sensors and it's also got front fog lights as well. The other thing as well is the car is a rouge black, so at a glance you'd think it's a black colour, but when the sun is shining it's more of a purple, so it's a really cool colour, not something that you see the whole time, but it's a colour that's been in Hondas for a long time. The wheels then are a nice diamond cut finish, so as you see they're shiny and reflective, so on artificial light or on a sunny evening it looks really cool when they're turning. The car has this coupe style look, so while it is a small SUV, the idea that they've gone for is this sleek and sporty look that makes it look like a high coupe. The door handles are a nice chrome finish, which I think is pretty cool, and the rear door handles are completely recessed just to give it that sleek rear end, and then the rear windows on this ESi model are actually privacy glass too. I like the silencer in the back. It's got a nice stainless steel, nice clean looking and sporty finish on it, and if you look at the rear of the car then, parking sensors are standard, and there's nice chrome along the boot lid which matches the chrome we saw on the front too, and the tail lights are a nice LED style finish, so it just gives it a nice upmarket look. In terms of the inside, if you look at the boot is very, very big. This is a smaller SUV category than the Qashqai, but the boot has been likened to the size of the Qashqai from the inside, and that parcel shelf is solid, unlike the previous model which had a flexible one, which some people used to give out about. Anyway, the rear of the car, when you drop those seats, wow, it is absolutely massive. It's like a little commercial vehicle, and the light in the rear is actually pretty rare on cars these days. The back seats have a reclining function, which means you can let them backwards and forwards depending what you need, and the other thing is there's 3 head restraints, 3 3-point safety belts, armrest in the centre, and some ISOFIX points for child seats as well. In terms of the seats, they also have that magic function, so you can lift them up, and that means you end up with what's called a tall mode if you've got something really awkward that you want to stick in the back of the car. And here's the thing, the legroom is absolutely stupid, like actually ridiculous in these cars, right? Considering the size of the car it is and it was based on, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's brilliant, but it's just really unusual to have that much legroom in a car this size. The seat, like we're saying, reclines obviously back and forward, and then these lights up here are a nice, LED kind of setup as well, so they look pretty upmarket. Back here then there is, it's actually, this car's even still got the cover on here for a chrome door handle with a surround, and there's a nice chrome surround around the speaker over here as well, and there's leather along here, and you have a control obviously for the electric rear window and a child lock in through there as well. The armrest can be retracted out of the way. One thing I will say in these cars is 3 people will go across the back, but 2 people are really comfortable with the amount of legroom. 3 people is doable, but they're a little bit narrower, so it is a bit of a squeeze. Also a drinks holder down through here, and there is a 12-volt outlet. Apologies about the camera work, the sun is really killing it. And this is the kind of view that you're going to be looking at when you're sitting in the back of one of these cars. Moving up forward then, the controls over here are going to have things like electrics for windows and mirrors, and there's nice chrome on the doors, and the mirrors are electrically retractable, but from the key you've got some nice functionality as well. So when you use the key you lock the car, and what happens is after about 20 or 30 seconds the lights will turn themselves off, and that's allowed you enough time to get in through the door of the house. And then what you can also do is when you come back out to the car in the morning or when it's dark, unlock it and the lights will also come back on, and that key, if you hold down the unlock button or click it twice, it'll retract your windows downwards if it's a really warm day, or the opposite, if you're inside the house and you don't want to go outside and let the windows up, hold down the key and it retracts your wing mirrors, and it also lets the windows back up as well. In terms of sitting on the inside of the car, there's a control panel there to the right. It's going to have things like, we'll say, lane change warning, which warns you if you drift out of lane, parking sensors, alarm, and also traction control, and the eco function, which reduces how aggressive the cruise control is, the air conditioner, and also how aggressive the throttle function is. When you're sitting behind the controls then, the first thing over here, you'll see those controls we talked about already. Steering wheel then will have cruise control in through there with a speed limiter as well. And actually the speed limiter respects speed signs. You've also got your trip computer for average things like fuel efficiency. And what's also cool is it tells you the current speed zone that you're in as well. In terms of the clocks, they're nice and big and bright, which I like as well. And on the bottom left hand side of the steering wheel, you'll also have controls for Bluetooth, but you can use the screen too, and controls for radio. Wipers are automatic, headlights are completely automatic, and they dip when you meet traffic as well, which is pretty cool. The reverse camera also has a function whereby when you go for reverse, the camera illuminates obviously in the centre of the dash, but also your wing mirror drops as well, so you can see if you're reversing around a corner. The radio is touch and swipe. It's got navigation, audio, all the things you'd expect. It's even got things like a calculator, a clock, and an internet browser. Heating controls are digital with dual zone on each side of the car, so men and women can have different temperatures, which I find is useful. And down low under the transmission tunnel then, you'll have 2 USB connectors, HDMI if you want to play video on the screen, and a 12 volt power outlet, and there's actually one of those in the boot as well. The gearbox is sweet. We'll see in a while when I go for a drive. It's a lovely gearbox to use. Automatic park brake just behind it with a brake hold, and in through the centre then you will have an armrest which also contains some large drinks holders which could be quite deep. Anywho, let's go for a bit of a drive. First thing, actually I forgot to say a while ago, steering wheel is rake and reach, so you can go in and out and up and down. And the seat that I'm in here then is height adjustable, so you can go up and down and in and out. The main thing I like with this car is I love where the gear stick is. It's high and it's a really nice gear stick to use. And the other thing is, and that's what most people are going to want, it's a nice elevated driving position. So what you end up with then is a car that feels like an SUV in terms of visibility and high driving position and all that kind of stuff. But it's nimble in a car park. It's just nimble in terms of manoeuvring it anywhere, I guess. So that is what people want. They don't want a car that feels like an SUV, but they want an SUV. But you know what? It actually does it well. But for me, as an idiot, I love driving the car because I really like, that's just a lane change warning which tells me if I'm drifting out my lane. But what I really love is the engine and gearbox. It's an angry, eager little engine, so it is. A 1.5 with 130 horsepower. Let's see what it's like going onto the motorway from 0 to 120 kilometers an hour. Let's try that again. A little bit of wheel spin there. First gear. So like what we're saying, this car is nimble, it's high off the ground, it is easy to manoeuvre, and you can see there, I think it's fun to drive as well. There's a lovely gearbox, it accelerates well, I like the engine, it's really eager. There's a good level of equipment with navigation and camera and parking aids and all that kind of stuff. They're generally a very, very reliable car. Servicing costs are pretty straightforward because they run off a timing chain, so it's very straightforward servicing. And that's pretty much it. So if any of those things are things that you want in your next car, then these are definitely worth considering. So Brian is my name. If there's any information you want to the car, 086 843 1945. Call, text, WhatsApp, whatever suits, and we'll go through your car, we'll go through financing, and we'll go through this car in terms of what you'd like to know before you travel. Anyway, thanks a million for taking time to watch. If the car is of interest, then give me a shout. Or if you're watching on YouTube and you think the video is useful, please do like and subscribe because it lets me know the video is useful. And if I missed anything, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching.